Hello students, in this video lecture we will discuss about how to resolve force into a force and couple, where in one of the lecture we will discuss about how to resolve force into two rectangular components. That means any force is given, then x and y components mostly. That is nothing but if inclination of any force is given with horizontal, the horizontal component becomes cos, vertical component sine. Or inclination of force is given with vertical, the vertical component is a cos component and horizontal is what? Sine. In that one also given force, if it is of pull type, components also of pull type. If given force is of push type, components also of push type. But in that one you are resolving force now along two axes, x and y axis. But in this one what we have to do, what we will discuss here, how to resolve a force into force and couple. Now if we draw here one figure, first one. Now what I represented here, one bar. This one is bar AB, and on this bar one force is acting. Okay, one horizontal bar AB, and a single force is acting at B, that is force P in downward direction at end B, and length of bar is what? D. Now this is a single force, right? And this force will resolve now into force and couple. So what we'll do, say this one, what I represented is given case number 1. Okay. Now if you want to resolve it into force and couple, what we'll do here, I will add something. I will add just here. First one, given figure as it is, I'll draw. First case, first figure represents what? Okay, on bar, a force P is acting, length is D. Now in second figure, I drawn same force, same bar, right? But now to resolve this force into force and couple, if I'll add here forces like this, here now, how will add here forces? I'll add here forces such that one force I'll add here in downward direction, and one force I'll add here in upward direction, having their magnitude same as that of force P. That means magnitude of this force, what I represented here, this force is P, this one is also P, and actual force what is initially acting, this is what? A force P, right? This one is what? A force P. Now if I'll add such equal and opposite forces, right? Now P downward at A and P upward at A, as they are collinear, because line of action is same, magnitude is same, direction is opposite. So these two forces will cancel their effect. That means effect of these forces P and P, which are collinear, they cancel their effect. That means if we add such a force system, such force system is called as a force system in equilibrium. That means it doesn't make any difference or any effect on given body, because they cancel their effect, one upward, one downward. Or collinear means in horizontal direction also, you can say collinear two forces, magnitude same, direction opposite, to they cancel their effect. That means our first case what you have drawn and second case what you have drawn, they are equivalent. If we add such a force system in equilibrium, if we add such a force system in equilibrium, or if we remove a force system in equilibrium, it is allowed, because it doesn't make any difference in given force system. Okay, that means initially one force was acting. What I done, I added two more forces. Okay, as I added here two forces, now first case what is given and what we are getting this second case, they are same. Now again I will represent, I'll draw one figure, just see here. This is your end A and this one is end B, bar AB having length D. Suppose this is third case. Now in second figure we are getting some three forces. Now from this one, if we'll check here, this force what were represented is a force. This one is suppose a P upward and this P downward. If we'll concentrate on these two forces, which two forces? A force P which is acting at A in upward direction, force which is acting in downward direction at B, right? So these two forces, these are equal in magnitude. They are two in number. They are non-collinear. They are parallel, right? Such two forces forms a couple. That means this force P downward at B and upward at A, these two constitutes a couple. As these two constitutes a couple, that means instead of these two forces, if I'll represent what will be the direction of couple here, the upward, downward, that means this will rotate in clockwise direction. In third figure, instead of two forces, I'll represent what? This is a couple I'll add here. This is a C, where magnitude is what? P into D. Now, two forces which are there in second case, I represented or replaced by couple. But one force which is acting at P in downward direction, that will remain as it is. That means what will get here? Force P at A in downward direction, right? That means this one is what? आपका force P. Now in third figure, finally what you are getting? A single force P, what you are getting at A, and a couple acting on bar AB in clockwise direction. That means what is given initially? Force P. What you are getting in third case? Couple and a force. And we have not added anything. That means second and third case is equivalent. That means you can say given force we are resolved into force and couple. Now while solving problem, if you want to recollect it, what we'll do? Simple. Original force, where it is acting? So it is acting at B, right? So this one is nothing but a given force. This is original force, right? You want to resolve it into force and couple, you can say at A. So A is called as a new point of application. Now at A there is new point of application. So when we will resolve force into force and couple, what force we are getting? P, what we are represented at A, is called as what? This is called as a force component. This is called as force component, because we are resolving force into force and couple. And what we are getting, this couple here, what we are represented is called as what? Couple component. That means when we'll resolve a force into force and a couple, then its force component, if we'll concentrate on force component, this one is same as that of original force. That means force component remains same as that of original force, but where? So at this point A means new point of application. The force component remains same as that of original force, but at new point of application. And couple component, what you are getting? If C is what? P into D. In what direction? Clockwise. If you try to find out in first case, what is the movement of this force P about point A? It is P into D clockwise. That means couple component is same as that of movement of original force about new point of application. That means what we discuss, I'll write in one line here on right hand side. What is the conclusion finally? Again once I'll repeat. A force can be resolved into force and couple, where force component remains same as that of original force, but at new point of application. And couple component is equal to moment of original force about new point of application. I'll write here. Okay. A force can be resolved into a force and couple, where force component remains same as that of original force, but at new point of application, and couple component is equal to a moment of original force about new point of application. While solving problem, what happens? You may get separate problem somewhere, maybe you can say for 3-4 marks, resolve given force into force and couple, or depending on problem, here if we resolve it into force and couple, then solution of that particular problem becomes easy. Therefore conceptually, how to resolve given force into force and couple is very important, and once you understood, then easily you can resolve it into force and couple. Thank you.